Morning, everybody. I was just walking around my chicken run here and thinking about sustainability and some of the differences and this idea of homesteading. I guess I always thought that homesteading was to buy a bunch of acres at the edge of town or outside of town and like dig a well and all that. But I found that this urban homesteading fits me a little bit better because I've always lived in a city and always had running water, electricity, and all that stuff. But over the years, especially the last 3-4 years, I've really started thinking of my house that I'd bought in this, regular sized city. That it really, I kind of imported everything that came to my house. Like I didn't produce anything as a household, from electricity to the food to all that stuff. I even, bought a lawnmower to cut the half acre of grass. And I'll show you a picture of what it looked like before when I was cutting the grass, and then right after. So I had actually cut it for the first 3 months I moved in, and then the next year all the grass was about 4 or 5 foot tall, which I'm pretty proud of. I'm trying to transition from a household that's just pulling in things, like where I go to work and I have to go pull all these resources from basically from around the world. We've now gotten to a place 4 years later where we have our own chickens. They have a quite sizable run. We had just built a chicken coop for them, and I also have about 100 or so fruit bearing and nut bearing trees all around my half acre here. We have at least 100, if not almost 150 berry bushes, and throughout the winter it doesn't look like too much, and a lot of my trees are only 3 years old. But we're well on our way to being a household that actually produces a lot of their own food, if not all of it, especially with the introduction of the chickens and all the protein you get from the eggs. I guess the question is, for the viewers, what do they think they can do in order to be more self-sufficient, maybe able to do more things on your own, not import so much, maybe spend a couple hours to set aside some land, maybe a raised garden bed for some veggies, even change a couple of the bushes in your front yard to fruit bearing bushes. There's so many options, so many edible plants out there that don't take a whole lot of space. It just feels better to actually produce something on your own. I'd really like to personally minimize my imports as much as possible and possibly start exporting. If I kind of think of myself economically as a little country here, then I need to start producing things that are of value rather than just pulling in resources from other places. Because 4 years ago we were signing up for a chip drop so we could get some wood chips, and now this spring we're probably going to be topping our own trees and mulching those so that we can do it on our own instead of pulling scrap woods from miles around. I can actually just get them from my own backyard. It's a completely sustainable type of system. So I hope you saw kind of an idea of where I live in the city. It's kind of in a unknown corner, but it's still definitely in a city, and I still definitely have a half acre of land and 100 something fruit trees planted out, and haven't cut my grass in 4 years. So if you want to know more about how I did that, there's a couple of videos on becoming a nature preserve and a monarch waystation. Other than that, I hope you are enjoying your fall, your winter, and I'm going to give these birdies some more snackies. So thank you for watching. Bye. Hi, little birdies. See, they're even running to the snackies. Look at that. Running to the snackies. Oh, hello? Hello? I gotta go inside to give you snackies, don't I? You want snackies? Oh, nope, they're eating the olive. Autumn olive. Oh, they got grass. And asparagus? You guys are eating asparagus? You're some fancy birdies. You're some fancy birdies. Say bye-bye now. Bye-bye.